Dear beloved soul, I bring you a message from heaven, a revelation so important you can't ignore it. Right now, as you read these words, the universe has already started a chain of events that could change everything for you. You may not see it yet, but something amazing has happened. It involves your true soulmate, someone whose journey is deeply connected to yours. Last night, your soulmate experienced something completely new. A bond filled them with excitement, warmth, and love unlike any they've known. But here's the thing, what they saw as a perfect moment was just part of the story. There's something deeper, something divine, that has unfolded in ways you can't yet understand. You need to pay attention now. What I'm about to share is crucial. It has the power to change your life and love forever. Don't miss this chance. If you do, you might miss the key to the connection you've been longing for. Stay with me. Within this message lies the secret to everything you've ever wanted to know about your soulmate and the love you were meant for. But remember, you must listen to the very end. There's something even more extraordinary about to be revealed. Trust this moment. Trust what the angels are telling you. Know that everything you're about to discover is aligned with your highest purpose and your soul's journey. This message is for you, and you are important. Open your heart and keep listening. Your destiny is closer than you think. Your soulmate had a night unlike any other, a night that left them breathless. They were lost in the intensity of what they believed was an unforgettable experience. In their heart, they felt something magical, something rare. It was as if the universe itself had planned every detail, every moment, leading them to believe they had finally found what their soul had been searching for. There was something intoxicating about it. The warmth, the passion, the undeniable connection. Everything seemed aligned, as though fate had woven together a perfect night. They felt seen, understood, and cherished for the first time in a long time. They allowed themselves to completely surrender, to embrace the moment with every fiber of their being. As the night went on, emotions ran deep. The words they shared held meaning. Their touch was electric, and the other person's presence felt almost destined. It wasn't just about the physical connection, but something much deeper, something that stirred within them, awakening feelings they hadn't felt in ages. In that moment, they believed they were exactly where they were meant to be. And yet, beneath it all, something still felt incomplete. A whisper in their soul, a feeling they couldn't shake. No matter how perfect everything seemed, there was something missing, something they couldn't quite define. It was as if a part of them resisted fully surrendering, as if a quiet voice inside was trying to tell them something they weren't ready to hear. They dismissed it at first, telling themselves it was just their mind playing tricks. After all, everything about that night was so vivid, so intensely real. But as the hours passed, as the night deepened, the feeling grew stronger. A pull, an unseen force, something within them was resisting, as if their very soul understood a truth that their heart hadn't yet acknowledged. And that is when the intervention happened. Because while your soulmate thought they had spent the most amazing night in someone else's arms, the truth was much greater. Something the angels themselves had to step in and make sure they understood. But why? What was so important that the divine needed to intervene? You must listen carefully, because what happened next is the very reason you are receiving this message now. As the night ended and sleep came, something remarkable happened. Your soulmate, who went to bed believing their heart was fully invested in that night's experience, was suddenly transported to a realm beyond their understanding. In their dreams, something else happened, something that changed everything. And that is where you come in. Because as their mind rested, their soul awakened to a truth it could no longer deny. The love they thought they had found that night was only an illusion, a shadow of the greater truth. And in their dreams, it wasn't the person they had spent the evening with who lingered in their heart. It was you. Yes, while they thought they had shared a moment of intensity and passion with another, when their soul drifted into the dream world, it was your presence that took over everything. The warmth they felt, the love they longed for, the connection they desired. It wasn't with the one they had spent the night with. It was always with you. And this is where everything changes. Because when they woke up, the feelings they experienced were not for the person they had been with that evening. No matter how strong the connection may have seemed, No matter how much they had convinced themselves it was real, the moment they opened their eyes, only one face remained in their heart: yours. This is the truth they are beginning to realize. The revelation the angels made sure they could not ignore. What they thought was love was just a temporary moment, a fleeting illusion. Because real love, true, spirit-deep connection, isn't something you can find just anywhere. It's something eternal, something divine, and it has always led back to you. But the question remains. Now that the truth has been revealed, what happens next? Because your soulmate may have woken up feeling your presence. They may have realized something deep within their heart. But that doesn't mean they are ready to embrace it. Their soul knows the truth, but does their mind understand what has happened? Or are they still trying to convince themselves that what they thought was real was more than just a moment in time? There is still more you need to understand. This is only the beginning of what the angels have to reveal. What comes next is far more important than anything that has happened so far. And if you think the realization your soulmate had this morning is powerful, you have no idea what is about to unfold. Because there is one element that will make all the difference. One thing that will decide whether they follow the truth their soul is revealing, or if they allow themselves to remain trapped in an illusion. And this is something the angels need you to hear now, because your role in this isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. So stay with me. In the next part of this message, I will explain exactly what the angels want you to know about what happens next. And trust me when I say this, you cannot afford to miss it. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel. And if you feel this message resonates with your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue to deliver messages filled with love and hope like this one. Now let's continue with what is most important. Your soulmate went to sleep believing they had found something unforgettable, something rare, something that would mark their soul forever. They were sure that the connection they felt that night was meant to be something deep and true. And yet, the moment their mind drifted into sleep, something powerful happened, something far beyond their control. The angels intervened, because what your soulmate thought was real was only a small part of the truth. The universe had allowed them to experience that night, but not for the reasons they believed. It was never meant to be a confirmation of love or a moment to cherish forever. Instead, it was meant to reveal a bigger reality, one that their heart had been fighting against for too long. As they closed their eyes, the angels whispered to their soul. They guided them beyond the illusions of the material world and into a space where only truth exists. And in that realm, where the distractions of the mind lessen, the soul speaks louder than anything else. Everything became clear. Your soulmate didn't dream about